All right. Hello, everyone. I think I'm live. Hello and welcome. How is everyone doing today? Good to be here with you all. Got a lot of good questions already. I'll be reading on politics and current event questions, probably focusing a little bit more on the election as we're getting closer. But if you have a political question, go ahead and write it in the chat, all caps, a couple heart emojis. You do have to be subscribed to the channel um, to send messages in the chat. So if you're not already, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. It all really helps. Just a couple things before we get started. Um, Mel is out of the country this week, so we won't be doing our Thursday night show this week. But next week I'll have my solo show. I have a collab with Susan Lynn on her channel next Wednesday, and I should be on Mel's channel next Thursday. And we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about because I think that next week's when the DNC starts. So that will be exciting. Um, Kind of taking a little bit of a step back. I'm not doing personal readings at the moment. You can still book Reiki sessions, or I have a Reiki and reading combination, a Reiki session and a 30-minute reading, or a 3-session Reiki wellness package on my website. That's at a discounted rate if anybody's interested in that. Been taking a lot of this downtime I've had this last week to really focus in on the classes. Made a lot of good progress with that. So hopefully in the next week or two, we'll be talking about some Holy Fire Reiki level 1 and 2 classes that'll be offering for anybody that's interested. So really excited about that. We just had our members live last night. We did our Reiki circle and prayer circle, which is a lot of fun. For any members watching, if you didn't catch it live, you can catch it on the replay. That energy still flows, so you still have access to that. Besides that, I think that's about it. I think everything going on. So what do we want to focus in on today? I did get a hit. I was watching the news earlier today, and they were talking about another potential government shutdown. I think that they have to do like a budget in September. And I felt a lot more Republican dysfunction coming to the surface with that. And I almost wonder, I don't foresee a shutdown, I don't think, right now. I think that would be really bad for Republicans if they were to let the government shut down right before the election. But I almost wonder if Mike Johnson makes a deal and, you know, pisses off the MAGAs and then they oust him, because I do feel energy of Johnson leaving the speakership. To me, it feels like before the next election. So I don't know. I got a hit with that. So it'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds. Oh, thank you all so much. It's so good to be here with you all. I always look forward to our time together. I'm a Holy Fire Karuna Reiki Master, Sandy. Right now I'm only offering Holy Fire Reiki level 1 and 2. It'll be a weekend class, but probably next year I'll offer the master level class. Yes, and my back is feeling a lot better. Thank you for asking. I didn't see Donald Trump's speech with on Twitter. We're saying slurred speech. I've been telling you guys for a while. I feel like there's a health episode for him coming, so we'll see what happens there. All right. Oh, I'm doing good, Trini. Thank you for asking. You're all sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you so much, Jean. Appreciate that. Blessings to you, my friend. I forgot to mention it last week, but I each month from now to the election, I'm going to donate 10% of what I make on YouTube to Harris and for Democrats to help with those elections. Just so you all know, I'm excited to being able to help in whatever way that I can. All right. Lots of good questions. Give me just one moment, please. Yeah, let's take a look at the Middle East. I looked at it last week and I did not feel very good. I hope I'm wrong with that, but I think we had the Tower and the Death card, and I almost wonder if Iran will attack one of the ships out there again, too. I did feel like a strike against a building, too. I did feel like a building collapse. That's what I kind of saw. And if you remember my 2024 predictions, I did say I did feel an escalation in the Middle East, where people are wondering if it's going to turn into the next world war. I felt like it was tensions were going to build. We weren't going to cross that into that threshold of going into a world war, but yeah, the tension and the escalation is definitely there. Oh, that's awesome, Trini. Yeah, if anybody's able to, make sure that you're donating. The only thing that I hate about donating is then your phone blows up asking like every day or multiple times a day, can you help me out? We need this money. So, but yeah, if you're able to give, that's awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Claudia. I appreciate that. Let's take a look. What's going on in the Middle East? What's the energy around Iran and Israel in the Middle East? The U.S. is desperately trying to they're trying to show a stance of force by getting all of those ships in there to try to deter Iran from attacking. Yeah, I'm getting a boat again too, so there may be an attack on one of the ships out there. I'm not getting the Tower right now, which I'm happy about. I do feel like Netanyahu's going to be out of Israel here soon. You have the Emperor representing the reading, which is holding on to power, that strength, crossed by memory of children, loved ones. So I feel a lot of pressure from the hostage families, really going after Netanyahu for not working out a ceasefire. And now it feels like it's going to be a bit hard. You have the devil above and the lovers. So there's people colluding in on this. This is not just Iran, not just Israel. There's a deeper plan with other countries. My pull is to Russia, thief in the night. So being sneaky, manipulating. Again, like the ship in the water. So I feel like there may be some kind of force against the ship. But at the root of the reading, you have the Fool. So there's a new beginning about to happen, shaking things up where we're heading into a different direction and prosperity. So it will take a while, I think, before we get to that place. But stay tuned, because I do feel like Iran will retaliate. And it feels like it's probably later on this week is what I'm picking up. But I almost wouldn't be surprised if Netanyahu's out in the next month or two. I was feeling like August, September. So, hey, Betty, thanks for stopping by. Oh, and I did get a hit on the Ukraine. I did see that Ukraine's starting to occupy some Russian territory. My feeling with that is kind of to get the Russians in the Ukrainian territory to defend their land so that they can go back after the Ukrainian territory that Russia's claimed. Is kind of how I was feeling with it. But I do feel like they will be going into some more territories into Russia as well. New England, absolutely. Yeah, right. That's interesting, Shantae, because when I've read on this before, I did feel like there was possibility for a woman. I got it more so as a VP possible pick, and I don't feel like it's Haley. It might be like Elise Stefanik is what I was feeling. But I almost feel like Trump's not able to switch out Vance for a woman because Trump didn't choose Vance. Vance was chosen for Trump. Because I feel like he would love to get rid of Vance. And I feel like continued digging up of his past. I did see over the weekend there were photos of him in drag coming out. Which, I mean, it's just so hypocritical to me. You know, you can be so hateful against LGBTQ, but yet you have your own past there. Women gonna take over if Trump and Vance are removed. To me, this Queen of Wands keeps coming out. There's a plan there. I don't think so. I think it would be too much burden and stress, but I do feel, I said August, September don't feel good for Trump. For me, health, but then also, you know, with his court cases and all that too. There's a big push, people wanting to change. People are, I think, strategizing behind the scenes about getting Trump out of the picture, you know, kind of going into hiding, but it's too much weight. I do have as my final outcome the Three of Cups, which is the three females here. So they may try to play to like the female voters, but I'm not getting a specific woman in this read. So I'm feeling more of a no. I think Trump's name will be on the ballot, whether he's around or not. So I don't know how they would shift that up at this point since they've already done their nomination. Yeah, and it very well could be a female VP. That's what I'm feeling. Right, I agree. He's not going to go quietly. Oh, thank you so much, Maxine. I really appreciate the super chats, you guys. Yeah, the ballots are already being printed. Absolutely. So there's not like time. But it could be if it does become Vance or whoever else they would put at the head of the ticket, Donald Trump would still be in there. It'd be a writing campaign. I don't see Nikki Haley. She wouldn't be Trump's VP. Yeah. She doesn't want Donald Trump's mob to come after her. And she's not well liked, so. All right, let's see. What else do we want to look at? Gloria asked, will Kamala win by a landslide or will it be close as the polls say? Well, the polls are actually, they have her up like 4 or 5 points over Trump. The thing is she can win in a landslide, as we know. We've had many Democrats win the popular vote by millions of votes and still a Republican was elected. So you really have to have those battleground states have to be super competitive. But I think we all feel the momentum and the energy behind Kamala and Walz. And I just see it continuing to grow. It's interesting too, because they're even saying in internal polling in Ohio and in Florida that Trump's not happy with how the polling's going. He's not doing that great. So that's interesting. think she's going to do very well. Like I said, even like North Carolina, I feel like may go blue. And I feel like it's not even just Kamala doing well. It feels like Democrats in the House and the Senate doing really well too. Lots of money coming in for Democrats. Yeah, she's got good cards. I don't want to say it's going to be a total landslide because, like I said, it focuses on the battleground states, but it feels like it's a very significant one, is what I'm feeling. Final outcome is the star, which is hope, faith, enlightenment, completion of the world. There's that momentum where there's slow and steady growth right now for the campaign and a lot of money going in. I do still think that Republicans are going to try to delay the election results because you do have that there's a plan here to bring in a delay and to kind of restrict the process. But I feel like she's going to win by so much that they won't be able to change the election results, especially with like the fake electors. And I feel like the Republicans will be up to something again. Oh no, it feels much more excitement than Hillary in 2016, nausea. Right, that's where it gets hard. What number would everybody consider to be a landslide? It feels like it's a very significant one for her and for Democrats. And I did hear that a few of the states where there may be some competitive Senate races, like Missouri, and Texas will have a portion on the ballot, I believe. I believe it's Texas. I think there's talk about Florida too, Skittles says. Oh, what does Kylie say? According to 538, Kamala is ahead in all swing states except for North Carolina, I believe. And even there, it's really close. Yeah, I could totally see it. Like I said, the only one that feels a little bit iffy, that a state that Biden won, that I don't know if Kamala will be able to get for whatever reason, Georgia feels a little weird. And I know that they're doing a bunch of stuff in Georgia to try to sway the election. But I almost feel like she's going to be able to get North Carolina this time too. All right. Hey, Susan Lynn, thanks for dropping by. I'm looking forward to being on your channel next week. Arizona will have abortion on the ballot too. So that will do Democrats very well, and especially like the Senate races as well. And somebody asked, will Carter be able to vote for Kamala? I'm just going to throw a couple cards in the pendulum. He's trying to hang in there to vote. He's definitely has that goal in mind. He's fighting for it. I do think it's going to be close. He may be crossing either before or right after, because it's like it's not quite there. It's a bit of a question mark. There is some restrictions there, but he wants to speak his truth. He wants his vote to count. He really cares about our country and bringing balance and that healing energy. And he knows that how important this election is, but he's fighting for it. I do feel I lean more towards yes, he'll be able to vote. But like I said, I kind of feel like maybe it's just before or afterwards. Cindy, I'll announce more about the Reiki. We'll probably do a live stream when I have everything in place and I announce my classes. It's a level 1 and 2, so it is a 2-day class. So Reiki 1, you focus a little bit more on the self-Reiki, self-healing. Level 2 is more, you learn some of the symbols. You can do distant remote sessions, more so for treating other people too. But it is a beginning level class, so you could absolutely take it if you'd like. Anybody could take it. Yeah, let's hope. I think he's trying his best to hang in there. Let's take a look at this. Will Kamala be able to get a lot done while she's pregnant? President, not pregnant. I feel a lot of work getting done. All right. Well, 6 of Wands came out. That's being celebrated. Victory, accomplishment, accomplishing your goals. I think a big priority of hers, I do feel like when she goes in, the border is going to be one of the first things that they get done, the immigration reform. And I think women's rights, she's really going to be an advocate for children as well. I don't know if education will be one of her first accomplishments, but I do feel like there's some kind of education reform too. Oh yeah, hopes and dreams being fulfilled above her. She's going to be able to accomplish what she wants. I think even getting foreign money and corporate money out of elections, it feels like there's a lot of like reform in the government, Supreme Court, Empress. There's a lot of growth. It is slow and steady. I feel like they have major things that they want to get done, and they're fighting hard for it. They'll be victorious. They're going to get a lot done. The Empress coming in, goddess of creation, transformation. So yes, she's going to get a lot of stuff done. Will Texas turn blue? I feel like it's going to be close. I don't know about blue just yet. Feeling more light red, purple. But I feel Ted Cruz is out of there, so. The Electoral College I do see out, but I don't think it either. I feel like they start talking about it like 2028 and maybe get it done early 2030s, like 2032. I do see us going to a popular vote, but that I feel like takes some time. Excuse me. He said last night if he loses, he's going to Venezuela. Any chance that he'll flee before the election? Bet you he knows that he's going to lose. I can't wait till the day that we don't have to even talk or do readings on Donald Trump anymore. Doesn't feel like it's too far out there in the future. I don't think he would go to Venezuela, though. He might have said that, Jody, but I'm feeling more like if he were able to flee, it would be to like the Middle East, is what I'm feeling. But I've never seen him being able to flee. I know others have said that, and I very well could be wrong with that. I just don't see it. I think he's being too closely watched. I almost feel like it's the health, though, is what's going to take him out. don't think he would flee until after the election, because that's like his last ditch effort. He doesn't want to flee. If he had to stay out of jail, he would. But yeah, he's watching across the world. It's a backup plan. He's already made deals with others. Two of Cups. Trump, King of Pentacles. Yeah, but it's like too burdensome. He's got too much weight. The Fool could be a new beginning, new adventure, but then like the Ten of Swords, he stopped. So I'm not feeling that personally. It feels like it's a backup plan, but I don't feel it actually coming to fruition. All right. I think I read on Debbie Murkowski-Powell last week and felt like it was going to be close, but I did feel like she could win it, Jackie. I almost feel, I know that they're not talking about it right now. They're focusing on the battleground states. But I feel like with the polling coming out, I do feel like they are going to invest in and trying to get some kind of campaign going in Florida and Texas. Maybe even in Ohio. Like, I feel like there's money and resources going for that. So but I do feel like she could win. Absolutely. All right. I do feel like there is something that will happen. I feel like with the fake electors not certifying the election. And I do feel like there's some court cases with that too. Doesn't feel like they're successful with it, but I do feel like it delays results and it's a bit of a nightmare, I'm sorry to say. But it feels like it's all good. I mean, even if it goes to the Supreme Court, I know that we're all worried with how they, how corrupt they are, but I almost feel like she wins by such a good margin that there's nothing that they can do to interfere with the election. I do feel like there's early voting, Christian, absolutely, and very high early voting turnout, and mail voting too. We'll take a look at the DNC, Trini. Yeah, I think Texas women, yeah. Well, and the abortion thing is huge, and that's why I'm saying I'm loving that it's in so many so many states where there's, I feel, competitive Senate elections. So I don't see Carrie Lake winning in Arizona, Jane. No, not at all. All right. Yes, make sure that you check your voter registration, people. Here in Ohio, I think they just purged like 160, 170,000 registered voters. We still have time to re-register if they do purge you off the registration. So make sure that you're checking on your voter registration. Yes, I see Kamala winning Pennsylvania. I see her winning all three of the Rust Belt seats. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. And with that, she's got the presidency, so. All right, let's take a look at the DNC. How's the convention gonna go? I just heard it's electric, like the song. Boogie, woogie, woogie. I do feel like there are some protests outside of it, you guys. Inside, it feels good to me. Democratic Convention in Chicago. What's the energy around that? Oh, that's interesting. Death. It's interesting because I do feel like there is something going on. We have the Death card and the Three of Swords. Now, Death card doesn't always mean, physical passings. It can be change. It's a rebirth and a renewal, which is what the campaign has been since Kamala's gotten in there. There's a little bit of disappointment there, though, too. I have the energy Queen of Cups, so that nurturing, loving, like motherly kind of energy crossing the read. So I feel like women are really going to be involved in it. The Wheel of Fortune, so there's good luck. It's a turning point. Democrats have the control. They're in the power position. Good messaging. And this is like the youthful Democrats coming out, really communicating their goals, getting that fiery kind of energy and that strength to go against the Republicans. Kamala's coming in here. The Sun, success. But there is something at the bottom. I have the Moon and the Judgment. So there could be a surprise announcement that we're not quite aware of. But I feel like electric. Like it feels like momentum continuing to kind of like energize the campaign. It could be Biden saying goodbye, yeah. Because I believe he's speaking at the DNC. Oh, Lynn says Ohio purged our son from the voter rolls, even though he had been voting. He re-registered to vote successfully. That's good. That's why I said it's so important. Make sure that you're still registered to vote. I feel like some of the uncommitted are going to be on board. I do feel like there are some that may not vote, but I don't see it making a big impact one way or another. All right. Yeah, I don't feel Governor Hogan is going to win, Alexa, but I'll throw. What's the female running against him? I feel like the woman's going to win. And no, she's a woman of color, and I don't think we have a woman of color in the Senate right now. I feel like that's changing with her. Is it Angela something? All right. Is Larry Hogan going to win the Maryland Senate race? Angela also Brooks. Thank you. We'll take a look at Hogan. See what the energy's around him. I don't think so. He'll make that race more competitive. Judgment. No, he's got the Hermit above him. They're going in a different direction than him. No. He's defeated. He's out in the cold. 10 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. He's restricted. It will be close. There are some that are undecided, but I see Hermit above him. This is isolation, not out in the public. So I think Angela's going to win it. Well, happy birthday, sweetie darling Lulu. Had a fellow Leo here, huh? Let's take a look at Texas. Yeah, I'm not voting by mail personally. I mean, I know that for some people that's their only way to vote. But I think if you can, either drop off your ballot or early vote or vote in person, I think, just to be safe. All right. Will they cheat or vote in Texas again? I have to be careful about what I say, but if you followed me for a while, you'll know that I don't know. Florida and Texas, the last elections did not feel like they were the most legit to me. Ooh, I don't like the tower crossing. Oh, Trump came up. Tower for him, burdens. Yeah, I do feel like there's some coordinated efforts to, in agreements to, they're working hard to try to keep it red. 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands. But there is some kind of shock and awe with Trump. Heavy burdens. You're going to feel left out in the cold. I do feel like there's a lot of money coming in from Harris, which may lead to some good surprises. I don't know if she takes Texas. I'm not feeling that, but it feels like it's maybe more so affecting Ted Cruz's race. But I do feel like they're going to try Yogi Bear. And that's what I kind of feel with Georgia. That's why I don't know if she actually takes Georgia this election, because it feels like they're going to do whatever they can to stop people from voting. All right. And I did have somebody last week ask me what decks I used. I'm using the Morgan Greer Arcanum deck. Golden Wheel of Tarot, I think is what it's called. Mythic Tarot. And the Psychic Tarot. I like to use that for health readings. Those are the ones I'm using most regularly. Okay. Oh, Barbara says she lives in Texas. They took her off the voter registration. Yeah. They're going to try, you guys. Make sure you and all of your friends and family know to check their voter registration. All right, you guys, what else do we want to look at? Well, let's look at Debbie Murcaskill-Powell. Is she going to win? She's one of the 4 Republican Senate races that I feel like could go blue. Could go from red to blue. Her race, Ted Cruz's race. I feel like Ted Cruz is going to lose. Let's look at Ted Cruz next. We'll look at Debbie first. But look at his race. I feel like Josh Hawley's seat and Marsha Blackbird's seat could go blue too. But out of those 4, I feel like Ted Cruz is going to be the one to lose. Even Missouri feels close. Florida feels close. Yeah, Taylor Swift will be safe in London, Judy. Isn't she stopping her tour because of that threat? I almost wonder if Taylor Swift might be a surprise at the DNC, or she comes out right afterwards to support Kamala. I feel like we're going to hear an announcement for her endorsement here very soon. Debbie Murcaskill-Powell. Is she going to win the Senate race in Florida? Oh, interesting. There's a little bit of regrouping and having to re-strategize. She's not getting the donations that she needs at this point. These cards are saying yes. The energy feels a bit stuck right now. She's got 4 of Cups and 4 of Swords. So the 4 of Swords is like maybe taking a step back, reflecting on how to really get herself out there. 4 of Cups, trying to see things from the bigger point of view, bigger picture. And there is a bit of review and analyzing the donations coming in. But I have Ace of Swords, Victory. It's going to be close. 3 of Wands, doing all the work, waiting for your hard work to pay off. And then the Government, the Hierophant. And at the bottom of the reading, she had the 3 of Cups. So women making a difference. This is celebration. The Sun, success. And then the Death card, which is change in Florida, rebirth. So these cards are looking very good. Like I said, I think it's going to be very close, though. All right, you guys. Yeah, Rick Scott is too creepy. I see the Joy leaving the Postmaster General position, but I don't know if I get the best sense of timing with that. We can ask the pendulum. See what the pendulum says. Don't come for my pendulum skills. This is how I do it, you guys. Will Louis DeJoy, the Postmaster General, be removed from his position before the November election? Pendulum saying yes. Yes. It was kind of going back and forth. It will be around the time, I think. Maybe like October. Can you take a look at if New Hampshire gets a Democratic governor this time around? Is their governor race up this year, Mountain Dancer? Didn't Sununu just get back in? I think that's who their governor is. I think that's his second term. I feel like it going back blue after his term's up. I'm going to take a look at Ted Cruz. Let's see if Ted Cruz loses his Senate seat. Yeah, Trump is crashing bad. Yes, he is. Oh, Joyce Craig. I like the energy with her name, so she might, if she decides to run, I think she's got a good chance at winning Mountain Dancer. But I see it going blue after Sununu. I'm not feeling Iowa going blue. To me, it feels like it comes closer, like it's a lean red. All right, Ted Cruz, are you going to win your Senate election in 2024? Hey, Kelsey Loves Kitties, thank you for becoming a member. If you want, we just did our members live last night, and we did a Reiki circle if you want to get some Reiki. Ooh, he's got the Tower. First card out. Crumbling. His isolation. I think it's going to be a lot of shock and awe. He's not doing well with his campaign money, too. He's like, he needs more money. Colin Allred, who's crossing him, he's really igniting that passion, that excitement from the people. Speaking truth. High Priestess above him, so there may be plans. No, he's trapped. Restricted. I don't know, you guys. He had the Emperor as the final outcome, which could be like sitting on the throne still, but there's a big shakeup coming that will leave him out. I feel like he's leaving. If he gets elected, he won't finish his term. But I'm almost feeling call it all red winning, you guys. So I feel Cruz has there's a lot of investigations into him too for his involvement with January 6th stuff. I don't know if I don't feel jail time for Cruz. I wish I did, but I don't. But I definitely feel like investigations into him. All right, you guys. We got about 15 minutes left. What else do we want to look at today? Yeah, I'm feeling good about all red too. Mountain Dancer. Yeah, let's take a look at North Carolina turning blue. I feel good about it. Ron Johnson. I don't think he's up for re-election yet, but I definitely feel trouble for Ron Johnson. I feel like he's going to have to step down. He's another one of those that was involved January 6th. But unlike Cruz, he's going to get caught there. Well, thank you, Beverly, for becoming a member. We can take a look at Gloria Johnson, see if that one feels... I feel good about her chances, but that one's going to be, I think, probably maybe the most tight. All right, North Carolina, are you going to turn blue in the 2024 elections? I feel like that crazy Republican running for governor is what turns North Carolina blue. I don't see him winning. I see him and the other Republicans really turning a lot of independents off and really motivating Democrats and women to vote. Magician. There's magic. Vote. Judgment. So there's the announcement of the wind. Hopes and dreams being fulfilled. They're not putting enough resources into it right now. There's happiness, success. And I think that they're tired of they're walking away from the Republicans. North Carolina's moving into calmer waters. Yeah, I feel good about North Carolina, you guys. Yeah, I do see Taylor Swift pushing for Gloria Johnson. Absolutely, Mary. Can I do a check-in with Russia, Putin? All right, what deck do I want to use? And I think North Carolina has the same amount of electoral votes as Georgia, so she would be getting the same that Biden got. She lost Georgia but took North Carolina. I think she may have like 320 electoral votes. Kind of what was just hit me. All right, what's going on with Russia and Putin? I'm using the Light Seer deck now. That's not one of the ones I named earlier. Sorry. Oh, wow. Russia thinks that, or Putin thinks that, he's all victorious. He thinks he's a magician here. So he's kind of going in very confident right now, but kind of looking at the final outcome. You have the Knight of Swords, so somebody that's extremely reckless, impulsive, somebody going for the attack. There is momentum here with the attack, but then there's like defeat, like embarrassment is what I'm feeling with this. Feeling left out in the cold. Even their economy not doing very well. And then the death card coming in. So I feel like that cycle with Putin is going to be ending here soon. It'll bring in a message of strength after his passing. I feel like the world's really watching them. It's like his term's coming to completion with the world, but the world's really watching what's going on there, continuing to help Ukraine. But I don't see Putin around too much longer. I know I've said that for a while, and timing's not the easiest, but I feel it happening sooner rather than later. So, yes, I think we will hear some leaks from the Trump campaign. Absolutely, Janie. Yeah, I heard that his campaign got hacked. All right, is there going to be a debate? Let's just see what the cards have to say. Trump is kind of getting desperate there and saying that she agreed to 3 debates, which she did not, as a way to try to pressure her into going to Fox News. Of course, that date isn't changed. I mean, that's still before the one that he agreed to with Biden. But I almost feel like it's a setup going to Fox News. So I'm not feeling she's going to do the debate on Fox News, and I hope she doesn't. Because I feel like if she did that, he would cancel the other debates because then he got what he wanted. I'm not feeling a debate, you guys. We'll ask the pendulum and throw a few cards. Will Donald Trump and Kamala Harris debate in September of 2024? No. No, there's not going to be a debate. Does Donald Trump chicken out from the debate in September? Does he chicken out? Yes. Yeah, I don't see him doing it. He's too worried about the humiliation because he knows he doesn't have a shot in hell of debating Kamala. If they do debate, Kamala will wipe the floor with him. But I'm not feeling it. I could be wrong. We'll throw a couple cards. But that's his plan, is he would love to do a debate on Fox News, a safe space for him, and then he could be like, oh, well, I don't have to do the other. It feels like it would be a setup, though, if she did do the Fox debate. Not to say that she wouldn't still win, but we know that they would go easy on Trump, and well, they're not going to fact check him or anything, or really hold him accountable for what he says. Yeah, I'll have to look into 45 and Elon, their thing on Twitter. Yeah, people were saying that he was like slurring his words and not making sense. All right, is there going to be a debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump? He's trying to negotiate. The Fool. Trying to go into calmer waters. Kamala comes in strong with the sword. No, he's walking away from it. He's afraid of the judgment, the embarrassment. His ego couldn't handle a smart, articulate woman of color really putting him in his place. 5 of Wands, there's obstacles. I don't think so, you guys. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling a debate between the two of them. I think JD Vance going against Kamala would be even worse. Somebody asked, will Vance debate her? No, I don't think so. I'm almost not feeling him and Waltz debating either. Well, JD Vance and Tim Walz have a debate, a vice presidential debate. I'm getting a yes for that. Well, we might not get a presidential debate, but we might get a vice presidential one. Yeah, everybody get your popcorn ready, because I think that would be actually kind of good because, excuse me, a lot of people aren't really familiar with Tim Walz, and I think it would give him a great platform to really kind of show off his great personality, really connect with people. We know people don't like Shady Vance. So, and I feel like Walz is so smart and articulate and funny. I feel like he would really let Vance have it. So they may have a debate, but I don't feel Trump and Kamala well. I hope that they do have a debate, though, because like I said, Kamala, she'll wipe the floor with him. I feel like that debate between the two vice presidents is going to catch women's attention. So, women don't care for him too much. Ooh, dropping some bombshells. Information coming out. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think it would put Tim Walz in a position of looking like a good, competent vice president. Momentum. My Knight of Cups kept on coming up for Kamala's VP, so that must be Waltz, even though he's a little bit older than a knight. But he's somebody that's coming through with he's a messenger of love, compassion. Really feel like he's I don't know a whole lot about him, but I feel like he's very, he's not in his ego. It's not all about him. He comes from a place of really wanting to help people and making a difference in people's lives. So, all right, you guys. I think I'm going to wrap up there for today. But if we have any big breaking news that we need to look at, I'll do my best to try to jump on. Like I said, and if not, then I'll see you all next week. Next Tuesday for my solo show. Should be on Susan Lynn's channel next Wednesday and Mel's channel next Thursday. So we'll have a lot to talk about with the convention. Again, if anybody would like a Reiki session, or I can do a combination of both, you can go to my website, kevinlovingvibrations.com, and book online there. I think I am booked up for August, but I have some openings early September. Besides that, please hit the thumbs up. Please like, subscribe. Appreciate all of that. And you all take care of yourself. Have a great week, and see you all real soon. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.